Today we're talking on how to run network speed test. But as usual, before showing you on the NetBeez dashboard how to do that, let's review quickly 3 network speed tests that are really important. One is the UCLA speed test, the one that everybody probably is mostly familiar with. If you go to speedtest.net, you'll find it there. The second one is the MLab NDT test. This is a little more kind of niche type of test, but it's very similar to the UCLA speed test. And lastly, we're gonna quickly cover the network test netflixfast.com. To do a quick review of the UCLA speed test net, this is a browser-based internet throughput test to an internet server, which is managed by whoever is hosting that speed test. There are more than 7,000 active speed test servers. So your browser will always pick the one that is closer based on the lower latency. And as output, the UCLA speed test will report the download, the upload, and the ping or the latency to that specific server. And that should clearly represent your bandwidth to the internet. The second is the MLab NDT. So if you're not familiar, the MLab consortium goal is to offer an open and verifiable measurement of global network performance. So it's very similar to speed test, but again, handled by this consortium. And it will report not only the download and upload speed, but if you try the kind of command line based command, you'll see also that it does network path checks, verifying such as the packet size preservation, firewall and NAT devices between the client and the server, and also identifies lowest link on the path. Of course, there are many more information that the test will print, so I encourage you to give it a shot. Also, another interesting thing is that if you run a speed test, if you search for speed test on Google, you will be able to run an NDT test straight from the Google browser if you want to give it a try. The last is netflixfast.com. That gives you primarily the download speed, because of course Netflix users are primarily in need of download to streamline their videos. And this test is a special test, I would say, because it's primarily to the Netflix CDN servers. So like local servers that will cache and store a local copy of the Netflix content. It's a very simple and quick test, but it has details. If you click on the button about checking details, it will also give you the upload speed and the latency. Latency will give you unloaded and loaded. There is no time here to talk more about the difference and what does that mean for you, but I encourage you to learn more about that on the fast.com website if you click on the help button. Or also, we recently released a webinar on about running speed test where we provide more details about these specific network tests. Enough said with the theory, let's move on to the practice with the NetBeez dashboard. Let me show you how you can run a network speed test straight on the NetBeez dashboard. As you know, you can schedule speed tests to run at a specific, with a specific frequency or a specific day or time of the day with all your agents. And as you can see, this is the data that you can get. This is in this case, in the UCLA speed test, you get download, upload, and average latency, and then you have a breakdown per agent. So it's a very good way to really keep an eye on your internet performance from all your locations, right? If we go on the ad hoc test, I'll give you a little more details about how to run speed test, network speed test in NetBeez. As you can see here, you can run an ad hoc test on any agent that is managed by your system. So let's take, for example, the Pittsburgh 1 agent. I can run a UCLA speed test. I can enable secure or just not secure type of test. If you leave it empty without the server ID, it will pick the closest server that has the lower latency. Or you have the NDT option. With the NDT option, you have to put the actual URL of the server that you'll be using. We also provide the link that gives you kind of the list of all the servers available. And lastly is the fast.com, which, as I was saying before, is a very simple test. It gives you download, and that's all you need to know basically to check on your Netflix performance. So for demonstration now, I'll run a Nucla test from Pittsburgh. As you see, I click on run, and now the agent is basically establishing a speed test with the closest server, and then as output, I'll have the download, the upload, and the latency. Again, this is a command that I'm running ad hoc. If you wanted to schedule periodically your agents to run these commands, so you can really like measure and track your internet performance, you can do so under the test tab. And it's very convenient because generally when you troubleshoot problems, you only know the download and upload speed at the moment when you press run on your browser, but you don't have that historical data. So by scheduling like an automated speed test, like in this case, you can really track your performance. Going back to the ad hoc page, you can see that we run here a speed test from our Pittsburgh agent. We have a Fios connection there. As you can see the download and upload speed and the latency.